Hello everybody, welcome to The Burning Truth. My colleague is an inconsiderate little twat. While I'm trying to have a drink, he presses the button to go live on air. You know, someone must have, a little bit, Nigel McGuinness syndrome at the moment. You're very bitter. The man that can't fuck off isn't even here. And I can smell the bitterness just radiating, oozing off you at the moment. He's there going, you know what? Kelsey isn't here. All you've done for the last 20 minutes has pissed me off. So you know what? I'm going to try and get you back. Well, Mr. Burns, it hasn't worked. Because today we are about to educate our sound guy on the greatest feud in professional wrestling, according to Matt Burns.
Lord, if you mention this, I'm going to flip out.
This is the greatest feud in the world, according to Matt Burns.
Go on then.
No, I'm saving it for later on in the show. I'm going to let you, simmer. It's a bit like cooking a lobby. You don't whack it on full blast, you just let it stew. And there, it's there. You know you can have it, you just don't know when you can have it. I was about to say it's a bit like sex, but you don't know how that feels.
I'm trying to keep it clean here, folks, and be professional here. I'm trying to keep it clean. You're the one who seems to be doing all the cheap shots.
Of course, I'm making up for both me and Mr. Kelsey today.
Why is it that I've got the feeling that Kelsey's more of the safety margin? Kelsey, come back to us.
He's in...
come back! Don't
Kelsey's
leave!
in Dudley. And Mr. Burns had the pleasure of accompanying me to a quick visit to pick up some prize money from a tournament. And now we are back. We're doing a recording because tomorrow we are in Wales.
That we are. So we're a bit later than usual.
I've definitely broke the watershed. If anyone's listening, I really can't offend you tonight. It's after 10:30.
Basically, what you just... in quick translation, he's telling you to... if you don't like him, fuck off. In short, correct?
Just don't easily be offended.
Right.
And you bought this episode on yourself. You started today by trying to make me watch pro wrestling gymnastics.
I did not. I didn't force you. You continue to watch.
Did you put it on the only screen that plays YouTube?
No.
The one that we all watch that is connected to the Xbox?
Oh, you mean the TV?
Yes.
Yes.
And did you have said controller that controls this?
You mean the one that's not in my hand right now?
Yes.
Yes.
And you put pro wrestling gymnastics on?
Pro Wrestling Gorilla.
Gymnastics?
Seeing as we cover, some of the American independence, I thought I'd sort of just get a bit more knowledge.
This is my inner Mark Madden coming out. That is not professional wrestling. Professional wrestling has
Incoming
nice
rant. Incoming rant.
Not 10,000 moves that can kill you, and then a small package. It's like a gymnastic routine with Jim Cornette going in the background going, small package schoolboy, roll up, just get the fuck out of there!
I agree with you. I do. I'm just thinking we have to cover a wide range. That's all. That is all.
A very different range.
And the fact that there's British guys over there, that's what I was trying to point out. That we've got some British guys overseas doing well.
But it's like overkill.
I wasn't denying that.
It's...
Did I deny that? No.
You have tried to before.
That wasn't me. That was the waste of sperm.
But it's just like wrestling gymnastics. It's overkill. When you can hit 20 finishes in a row and still stand. Could you imagine The Undertaker wrestling the Young Bucks?
Right. The best way to describe it is what the translation. What you just says. When someone hits a finisher, it should finish the match. It's what it's called, a finisher. Correct?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
There you go. Oh. Sound guy's trying to speak in, but speak up, sound guy. Moving on.
That glass is definitely working.
Definitely.
It does definitely work, the glass. You know, we've been joined by the sound guy. He's here being educated tonight. He's he's about picking education up on wrestling feuds later, comedic and performance-wise. So, wrestling this week. Raw and SmackDown were in jolly old England.
That they were.
Having tea and crumpets.
Tea and crumpets, and if I'm not mistaken, wasn't a certain footballer at one of them.
Wait. Way Barrett punches fucking lights out.
A few people were saying, why the hell didn't you bull hammer him? Other people were saying, that's meant to be a slap.
Could you imagine the pop that would have happened if Barrett had bull hammered Rooney? Give him the key to the country. Never mind Manchester. He can have the key to the country.
You just basically just want him to get up, bull hammer, straight out,
drag him over,
bull hammer,
and leave
right in front of his kid.
Why not? For those of you wondering why I hate Wayne Rooney so much, I am a Liverpool Football Club fan, and he plays for, the Antichrist of football. is probably the best way I can describe it.
Basically, he played for Manchester United,
and he played for Everton before that. So if there's two teams that he could have played for, that is like you aren't going to get any love from any Liverpool fan. Those are the two teams. Michael Owen used to have, like a place next to God at Liverpool. And then after he went Manchester United.
Ooh.
For those of you wondering who God is at Liverpool, if you don't follow English sport or anything like that,
no,
God is Robbie Fowler.
Ask any Liverpool fan, they will say that.
I've had many arguments over who is the better footballer.
Yeah, and I've heard him while I've been at other shows, and in a completely different area.
But no, Robbie Fowler is God at Liverpool. He has his own place in the hearts of Liverpool fans.
His own place. He's right in your fields, isn't he?
Yeah, if there's a hierarchy in Liverpool, if there's a religion, it's football, Robbie Fowler, the Beatles.
And I'm not going to argue with that because that's your point of view.
And then after shiny things.
Shiny.
Oh, shiny. It's usually why Matt Baines' merchandise always sells very quickly.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Oh, shiny hats. Must have them.
Shiny.
So, what did you think of Raw this week?
I think I felt a little bit sorry for WWE.
Really?
A little bit. Over the fact that Seth Rollins is injured. I do. I just think because of the way it happened.
But do you really feel sorry, or is this a chance to correct some wrongs that have been done this year?
I'm not saying wrongs haven't been done.
Roman Reigns is not ready for a World Championship run. You have now quickly just had the get out of jail free card.
However,
and I know that sounds harsh on Seth Rollins because he was going to lose to Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. But is Roman ready to be the world champion?
No.
So now, as you get out a free jail card, put the title on Sheamus.
You think Sheamus?
Yes.
For some unknown reason, I don't think Sheamus.
If Dean Ambrose turns heel, it's a waste of a turn.
I think they'll do that. It's the way WWE work.
So a waste of a turn, because he's over.
Exactly. That's why I find a waste. Or, if they do put it on Roman will turn. But they sort of quelled that down a little bit over what happened on Raw. Which is the segment.
Or is it like a give him with one hand, take him with the other, and watching the magician's assistant. People say the most important thing in magic is not the trick, but if you want to know how the trick works, always watch the assistant and not the magician.
That is very true. That is very, very true.
Because the assistant does all the real work, the magician's just there to add the spark on it.
Does the razzmatazz.
Yeah.
As some people say.
But no, it's been an interesting week. Paige is over. I don't understand why they put Paige versus Becky over here.
Well,
because if you've done it in the States, Becky Lynch might have got a better reaction.
She would have got a better reaction.
Because anytime Paige comes to England,
well, it's just like
the roof's going to come off.
It's like a good example. If William Regal is on the show, in Britain, in England, boom, he's getting cheered, regardless of if he's knocking people out with knuckle dusters or not. Which that just reminded me of a little mention for later on, which involves Table for Three, which we'll get to that later.
I haven't watched yet, but I will be.
Definitely give it a recommendation. Definitely recommendation.
But no, so Paige versus Becky Lynch, as good as the match was, and it was really good.
Yes.
Very British style, very snug, as Paige would said off the Steve Austin podcast.
Snug. More like, that Albert's coming at me. Which, because if you think about it, they're both from NXT and they both know how to work that style. And it works.
Yes.
It works. It gets over with the crowd. Now, I agree with you on the fact of if this was in America, Becky Lynch would have got more of a reaction, more of a big shock. But because they're doing it, they've done it in technically both the areas. Well, more so Paige's hometown, close to Paige's back door, which is straight away.
If they did the show from Dublin, then they would have got the desired reaction.
Yes. It would have.
Like, Paige is in the unenviable position at the moment of trying to be the most hated diva on the roster, but doing all the talk show appearances and being the most liked person.
As at the same time.
It's a bit. She's got like the Eddie Guerrero syndrome.
Like how you brought that up.
Plays a heel, yet is loved by everyone.
Which is true.
Which brings us on to a nice little subject before we move on to the next part of Raw. I know you wanted to talk about this.
Today, folks, this is the 10-year mark of Eddie Guerrero. Viva la Raza. The man is a legend in many eyes. He lied, he cheated. He's not only that, he sort of entered the fans' hearts and everything. He was amazing. He knew how to get a reaction. He knew how to be serious. He knew how to have the laughs. What more could you ask from such an amazing wrestler? Okay, he had his demons and everything, but
who hasn't? Who hasn't?
And he came out the other side looking everything a lot better. And then we had that the sad day from 10 years ago. So just thought to just bring it up because it's actually today, which is. I just thought to bring that up, folks.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a sad but happy day at the same time, because everyone gets to celebrate the life of a legend.
And that they should, Viva la Raza.
So, back to Raw quickly before we cover some other areas. So with Raw, we saw Wade Barrett and Rooney. We saw Paige, Becky Lynch, we saw the New Day segment.
Oh. Oh. I can't say anything. As you've probably known from many, many weeks, I am a fan of New Day. I am a massive fan of them. I know, as much as I can turn around and say, I should be hating them. I can't hate them.
That's the power of positivity.
They are absolutely hilarious. The fact that they keep thinking, just look at them. Unicorns! Unicorns! Seth Rollins is unwell. Unicorn! Tournament. We're not in it! Injustice!
I like last week when they were like, we need a third person, and then Xavier Woods played like the.
Oh.
Do you remember on Final Fantasy IX? Every time you won a battle, and Zidane would always do the backflip. It just came in out there going, where's Zidane? But no, that was brilliant. And then in comes Xavier Woods and that fucking trumpet.
Whoever's writing this stuff.
Well, it's mostly them, isn't it? Woods has gone on record and saying that they are covering most of their own stuff.
It is absolutely flawless. It's genius. I'm loving the fact that if that is true, then I am on board of it, because the one thing I think WWE seems with a lot of their current wrestlers, a big example, Roman Reigns. One issue that comes to mind when you've got somebody going, "Oh, I need you to say this. Oh, I need you to do that. This is the angle." Because then straight away, if you're having to put words to their mouths, is it going to feel natural?
No.
Is it going to feel more robotic? And just pray to God they don't do a Randy Orton. Line! Anyway, moving on. What's up?
The baddest part of Raw, and by baddest I mean like badass segment of
Oh
Raw.
yeah, I know exactly
The
what you're
Brothers of
Destruction.
Dust maniacally walking down the ramp.
All I'll say to you is...
Now I know I take the piss out of Mr. Kelsey for having a very long-winded entrance, which is mainly just due to his entrance music. I swear he had another loop every time I listened to it.
And I've got a bit for you. If he's actually listening right now, he's probably going, "It doesn't!
It has so many counts!
It's so many counts! I've counted them!"
And then another 4 just magically appear every time.
From out of nowhere.
But no, like, that was just so badass. I'll do good.
I think what was so good about it is a few people have produced certain pictures with certain text on it. This is the moment when Bray Wyatt knew he had messed up.
It was going fine, we were walking along, and we're fucked.
Straight off. Well, if you think about it, I have devoured their souls. I have claimed them. I have done this. I have done that. They're down the stage. Say what? Uh-oh. And then you saw him all alone, them two walking down, and then this anonymous, the usual, these boys come in. You're thinking,
what did Braun Strowman try to shout that came out in gibberish?
I have no idea.
Because he tried to shout something.
It was something like,
for the love of all things right in WWE, if they let Braun Strowman in that tag team match, there is something wrong. Just put Harper and Rowan in. It'll be a nice little rub that they've been in there with Taker and Kane.
Exactly. And Braun also he gets protected at the same time because he needs to look strong. He's not exactly a small guy.
No.
Right.
I wonder who eats more, him or Ryback.
However, still to this day, He does look like a certain character. He does remind me of a character out of Game of Thrones. For some unknown reason.
You're on about the mountain.
I have no idea. No, it's actually not. It's not actually the mountain. It's somebody else. He's smaller because there's a picture online where someone he's looking at Jon Snow. And he's going, "That's it. I'm going to WWE and do plenty of steroids." Seriously, bro? Seriously? And it's a picture of Braun Strowman at the bottom. But it looks like it's a smaller version.
But no, so Raw was good. SmackDown supposedly is half decent. Vince needs to just make Brock Lesnar an offer. Because at the moment they are lacking star power.
At the moment they are struggling. However, they have got Kane and Undertaker around at the moment, but they're not going to be doing much. However,
well, Kane's there for the long haul, isn't he?
Speaking of Undertaker, I take it you haven't noticed the appearance he's made recently
on Jimmy.
On the Tonight Show. No. It's on the Tonight Show.
The one where Tombstone's Brad Maddox.
In a chicken suit.
Yeah, it was on Jimmy something. I forget what his surname is.
It's always a Jimmy, isn't it? A Jimmy!
Randy?
Riley?
Really?
We're not going to go through that again, are we?
Riley?
Really?
Randy?
How long did that go on for? Anyway.
It's just brilliant.
Moving on. I'm just praying someone just doesn't go, Jimmy! Otherwise, that's just going to be awkward.
No, so, Jimmy Kimmel, I think the show is. And, he came out, did his entrance, Tombstone Brad Maddox, who nearly fucked it up because he didn't go over quick enough.
Have you actually seen it?
Yeah. Tries to chuck him up, he gets halfway, and then Undertaker has to go, chucks him out with the rest of his shoulder.
It's like...
I can see part of Undertaker going, do I let his head...
Do I just drop him
yeah.
and just say, we're going home?
He's like, do I drop him down a little bit so I actually drop the little bastard on his head, or do I save the turkey?
It's Brad Maddox. Screw it. Done.
It didn't take very long to make the decision.
Oh, it didn't. It was just literally... You can see on his face, though. He didn't jump. He didn't jump.
He didn't jump. Well, I'm not going to go nicely.
I'm just praying right now that he didn't go. He's not Hogan me here. Is he? The infamous chokeslam I'm referring to, if you remember. the one where he goes for last. You see him leaning in. If you time it right, as he leans in, it looks like Undertaker's going, jump, you fucking bastard. You know, just pictured it now, I take it. And then when Hogan does jump, yeah.
It's a bit like someone I know when they tried to take a chokeslam first time, Kyle.
I have no idea what you're on about. I have no idea. Who are you referring to?
I don't know. I was asking your cousin if he remembers anyone taking a chokeslam.
Leave my cousin out of this. He's not here.
Well, I'll ask your brother then instead.
My brother is not here.
How about God?
Go fuck yourself.
You know.
Go fuck yourself.
You know, since you and him have such a good...
Go fuck yourself.
Well, this is not very nice, is it?
I understand, but this has gone on long enough. This has gone on far too long. I know exactly what you're leading it. It is not the feud of the year,
well,
in my mind.
It's not the feud of this year.
It's not the feud of any year or ever. So, just to point out, it's not.
What feud are we on about, Matt?
I am not going to be mentioning it. You are not going to trick me into saying it.
What feud is not your favourite feud of all time?
I am not bringing it up because I am sick to death of having it brought up. We will not bring it up. No.
Okay, so if you won't bring it up, I am therefore assuming that you actually like the Vince McMahon versus God feud, and you would go as far to say that it is your favourite feud of all time. I've given you the chance to say that you don't like it, and you went, you will not go there.
That is not what I said, or what I meant.
It's on the recording.
Right. Folks, all I'm just going to state is, it was a funny feud. That's all. It wasn't the feud of the year. It wasn't the feud of the century. It was just funny. That's it. That's all. It produced a few laughs.
It's produced more laughs from me over the last few weeks than it has in Vince McMahon's head. Vince McMahon must be there going, oh, God damn it, someone has had more fun out of this than I have.
It needs to be put to an end.
This is the person who said the Steve Austin feud was more funny than Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus Shane and Vince McMahon.
No, I didn't think of that at the time. I just thought of a funny moment.
You know.
Which would be Austin with Booker T. Supermarket.
Was that really that funny?
I thought it was quite genius.
You know, but is it as funny as Triple H yelling at Sean O'Mac, going, "Stop it!
Stop it!"
He just falls flat on his back.
I'm dancing! I'm dancing! I just didn't quite come to mind straight away.
What does Vince like?
I'll let you mention that one.
Because Vince McMahon loves cocks.
And then he dropped. He then gave a present to Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon with his. Oh wait, would it be the 5 guy? No. What shall we call them?
The 5 male cheerleaders.
Yeah. You know, the
Spirit Squad.
Yeah. When they the guy, you know, give me 5 guys, give me 5 male cheerleaders, and what?
And he will make them look fucking gay.
And
he succeeded. The only one that's doing anything is Dolph Ziggler. I've got a very good point that I want to bring up.
what?
If you debut a superstar in a feud who's just come up from NXT, would you have him lose his first official match in WWE?
Why?
Well, Tyler Breeze
Oh, you're on about Tyler Breeze. I just thought Tyler Breeze straight away against Dean Ambrose.
lost to Dean Ambrose. Now, I accept it was supposedly a decent match.
I agree.
But,
It just didn't seem logical.
so,
It's
if
like
Dean Ambrose can beat Tyler Breeze, why can't Dolph Ziggler?
straight away. The first thing that came to my mind in regards to that was, oh look, he's up. Yes. Whenever someone debuts, you want them to make an impact.
They could have put any other throwaway superstar in that match.
No, if necessary. They didn't even have to have... If they wanted Tyler to lose,
They could have had him walk out.
either walk out, hit him with something, game DQ'd,
Hit him with
Anything.
the selfie stick.
anything. Nope. WWE managed to just go, yeah, this baby guy. We know the fans love him. He's an internet darling. But screw it. We're just going to completely crap over it. And try to say, oh, this guy's credible. He can beat Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, he can't beat the Ambrose in his debut match.
That's a bit quick. It's
Good point. Where's the logic?
there isn't much logic, is there? Billy Gunn's been suspended.
Whoops.
Well, not even suspended. He's been fired.
Pretty much.
Because supposedly 4 years ago he was competing as a bodybuilder,
Yep.
and he had a testosterone level of 35.1.
Yeah.
I say it was supposed to be 4-1, isn't it? Or
Something along them lines.
and he's got a testosterone level of 35-1. That's some juice.
Is this the deep dark secret of the Fountain of Youth?
Fountain of Youth comes in testosterone.
Yes!
The sound guy's now pointing and laughing at Matt Burns, suggesting that potentially Matt Burns could do with a visit to the Fountain of Youth. I do agree he could do with a visit to the Fountain of Youth. Fucking testosterone hasn't seen that body in years. Hormones, yes. Testosterone, no. Go on. I'm waiting for the rebuttal. Still waiting.
You've been waiting for a long while.
If we waited this long for a comeback, Jesus Christ, the world would end.
I'm not going to add anything to that. Anyway, let's just move on. Let's just move on.
It's taking the diplomatic route.
Move on. Yes. I can see the body language saying we need to start steering this back to where we were.
So, go on.
What?
I brought up the Billy Gunn thing.
He brought up the Billy Gunn thing. Steve Austin has stated that he's comfortable not to wrestle again.
Of course he's comfortable not to wrestle again. Vince is paying him to sit there and talk to people. You know, supposedly asking the hard questions. The hard questions. So, Brock Lesnar, what do you drink?
Whatever he damn well pleases.
If that's a hard question, I am the King of England.
In your mind, you are the King of England.
Of course I am. I'm the rightful heir to the throne.
Moving on.
All hail King Goff.
There was talk of certain doctors saying Daniel Bryan shouldn't be coming back into wrestling.
Well, Vince McMahon hasn't cleared him to wrestle, which is annoying Daniel Bryan no end.
Which you can understand why he's frustrated.
Can you?
You can, because he loves to wrestle. He loves wrestling.
We all love doing things that we can't do. It's a fact of life. We all want things that we're not able to do anymore. How we deal with that is another problem.
Which is true. The point being is, I think what he's annoyed at is the fact that it seems more like it's on the quiet. Like he's not getting any time to show his face or anything. It's literally...
Well, of course right, okay, if you're not clearing someone to wrestle, why are you...
No, I agree in that sense. However, it's just I feel a little bit sorry because I am actually a fan of Daniel Bryan's work. It's just the fact of I just want him to make a quick return. It's sort of a quick return. Probably have his... If you're going to get rid of him, let him have his last moments and then sort of...
Do you really want to give him his last moment when his last moment could potentially take his life away from him?
I'm not saying that. As long as he was safe, that's all.
Right, we all know that you can only be so safe in professional wrestling. Because all it takes is one missed move.
True.
And there's whatever.
Which is true. I just don't want him to get the Christian treatment. A little bit. Which...
What? 2 world titles, potentially
No.
Hall of Fame spot, still getting paid on a Legends contract.
That's not what I meant. I mean, how they...
I'll take that deal.
You'll just take any deal. Wouldn't you?
Says the Merchant.
I did wonder when that was going to arrive. What's your view on James Storm and AJ Styles potentially?
AJ Styles will do what's best for him and his family. James Storm will eventually sign with NXT. AJ Styles, I don't think we'll see in a WWE ring for a long period of time. I reckon it'll be a one-off appearance, potentially a crossover with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
which would be a good shout out.
Would it?
I do. It's just
How many people in NXT at the moment can wrestle a crossover with New Japan? So if they did a Super Show, 8 matches, how many of them can do the New Japan style?
Oh, you mean in NXT?
Yes.
Quite a number.
To a decent standard.
Which they could.
Using the current roster they've got now.
It depends on what area.
So Finn Balor versus Nakamura's son
I can see where. Yeah.
would be the main event, potentially. You could do AJ Styles versus Noir Nation.
Good shout.
You've got
The Bullet Club.
You've got Samoa Joey versus Okada.
Ooh, that'd be good.
You've got 2 members of the Bullet Club, so the Young Bucks, the Young Fucks, versus.
Well, NXT do have two independent talents that seem to be on call.
No, I'm talking about using their own stars that signed contracts. You don't put just mercenaries on a Super Show.
True. However,
do Dash Wilder and Dawson? Do they go against the Bullet Club? Can't keep that pace up.
They can't keep the pace, but they'd have to just ground it.
You don't put Kamala with
No.
with them 2 in there.
Kamala. Yep. Straight away, you've got Asuka.
Who does Asuka go against?
Any female, any.
Do New Japan have female wrestlers?
Yes.
Are any of them as badass as her?
She's still terribly young.
That's a thingy. But looking down that card, like you've got 3 or 4 matches that are like spunk dreams for fans, and then the rest of it, you're looking down the card going, is it really? Because Tyler Breeze would face Yushin Thunder Liger again.
But that's what he's on the main roster, so could we count that?
I reckon he'd do that for part 2.
Yeah. But
if Regal was fit enough, do you let Regal take on one of the old timers?
At the moment, he's just recently had surgery.
I know, but you're looking next year if he's fit enough.
If he was, and he got the all clear, I'd like to see that myself, because I am actually a big Regal fan.
Do you reckon you can see the Kingdom?
Oh. From ROH?
They do New Japan.
They do, but the more ROH. However, you mentioned the Young Bucks. However, they wouldn't do they wouldn't be wrestling for New Japan.
Since when?
Because supposedly they've got an exclusive deal with.
They've got an American exclusive deal with Ring of Honor that still allows them to compete in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. They can still take bookings from Preston Championship Wrestling Southside and anywhere on the continent. By continent, hang
on. Speaking of which, as you just mentioned PCW, you mentioned Billy Gunn earlier.
Yeah, his first appearance, Preston Championship Wrestling.
How long did that take to get booked?
Not long. He must have knew it was coming.
He either must have knew it was coming, or it's the second it got broken out, he's out. Did Stephen Ford or Luke Atkins go, I can see potential gold here. Boom, straight away. Got on that phone and made the call. Can you blame him?
No.
Not really, you can't. Anyway, anything else you want to bring up over the NXT New Japan?
No, I think it'd be an interesting card.
Well, seeing as we're speaking
would that be a fair chance to see Connor versus Bayley?
Potentially. However, Bayley did make me laugh this week, but at the same time, I also cringed as well, because NXT did one thing that sort of annoys me to no end, Why is it that the supposed person who was going for the belt, being able to steal the belt so openly at a show where not even a single member of the crowd can get it in over the barricade because the security is that strong and tough?
Are you on about Emma and
About the belt being stolen.
Emma and Dana Brooke?
Yeah.
But aren't they in the middle of a feud with?
Yeah. You can see where I'm coming with this, can't you? The point being is, it's annoying to me the fact that, okay, just first thing that's going to happen, if the rest steals the belt, right? It just doesn't seem logical to me because straight away, Regal, who's the GM, wouldn't he see that as unfair and incorrect?
Yeah.
And does that scream to you? Oh, you stole the championship. Here's the championship title match. No. All you've done is just
You
go.
make them earn it.
What?
You make them earn it.
As he's done in the past.
Yeah.
Now it just looked a bit silly. However, this silly moment, this stupid moment, what I've just mentioned. However, did produce some gold. Did you see what happened when Bayley went for Chase? Who's Bayley currently feuding with? And who's she with?
Dana Brooke and Emma.
No.
Oh, Sasha Banks.
No. She's actually feuding with the former tag before the villains.
Oh, she's with what's her?
Yeah. You know what I'm on about now?
Yeah.
Straight away. One of the guys went for stopping. Leave the ring. Where do you think you're going? Belly to belly. On a bloke. Stands up like a boss and just walks straight out. Funny, haha, which it was. However, he looks like a complete twonk.
Well, they do anyway. Because they're basically like Mercury and Nitro now when Melina was going for the gold.
Pretty much. What's your view over tag team champions of NXT?
Belts are being hot potatoed around at the moment. Tag belts are.
Means nothing. When they're getting hot potatoed.
The people that should have had the tag team belts haven't touched them.
They haven't, and
Enzo and Big Cass.
however, I've got a feeling that they're going to be next.
They need to be next.
They need because Dawson, the current champs, seem to have set their injury marker on them.
Yeah.
First, and then they've done it. Then they've done it to the now former champs. So anybody who's stepping in is going to get injured. Eventually, Enzo and Big Cass are going to come back, badder than ever. Make sure it doesn't happen to anybody else. And if they don't take the titles, then come on. What faith have they got in them?
Well, they haven't, have they? Otherwise, they would have been champions by now.
They should have been champions long ago. And yet, they're on the WWE game. They are popular.
Yeah, of course, Bob.
They're over.
Yeah. So I know we only want to do a quick one this week. You explain to us where we're going to tomorrow.
Right, tomorrow we are in Wales for Conway County Wrestling. I would mention all the big name of the location and everything. Unfortunately, I
can't pronounce it.
I really can't. I'll put my hand up and say I don't want to butcher it or offend.
If only we had a Welsh person on the podcast.
Hinting, are we?
No? It's a sound guy, Welsh. No? Hi, old Eva. And neither's Mr. Burns.
I'm definitely not Welsh. I'm not, but I what was that? Some guy? Speak up behind your glass. I don't want to butcher it because I don't want to offend. That's all it is.
It's all backwards, so if you turn it upside down, you might be able to read it.
You're really digging in at them. You really don't like them, do you?
The Welsh openly admit the language is English, but backwards.
They are not that bad. Sound guy, you can give me that hour you want. They are not that bad. What? I can see you there smirking, smiling. I would actually like to hear your voice, but unfortunately, you'd probably break the mic. What do you think?
It's a little hush on our sound guy.
The fact that you're enjoying it. Hang on. He's
Leave the poor guy alone.
been laughing at me while you've been buttering at me.
Of course he's been laughing at you. Who wouldn't laugh at you when your favourite choices?
There you go.
So it's at Town Hall.
Yes. Can you pronounce the name?
No, because your phone keeps turning the picture around.
Llanfairfetching. I can't pronounce it properly, so if I have pronounced it incorrectly, I do apologise. Postcode is LL30AB. And the actual name of the event is A Battle Between Fire and Ice.
So which one are you tomorrow?
I have no idea.
So it sounds like a chapter from Mortal Kombat 10.
A battle between fire and ice.
Sub-Zero
versus Scorpion.
Test your might.
Hooah!
Mortal Kombat!
Finish him!
I'm going to watch Mortal Kombat when I get in tonight.
It's happening, it's happening! It's a thing!
Right, so we'll finish out there. It was only a quick one this week because we aren't here tomorrow. We don't have a Mr. Kelsey. So we just want to do a quick one so we aren't missing another week because we have missed a couple of weeks.
We have.
Due to commitments.
However, there is one thing I would like to point out. Do bear with us if it does seem like the mic's dropping out or anything. If it is, just inform us. We are trying to currently work on issues such as that. However, we have got some future.
Blame the sound guy.
Definitely blame the sound guy. Seeing as he's doing his shiny work. And yet you complain that it was my fault. I told you. It wasn't me.
You're controlling the rat.
I'm not doing the sound.
That's fine.
I am not doing the sound. Anyway. Let's just get back on to where we were. Anything you'd like to add?
No. Where can we find you besides dishing out merchandises on corners like professionals?
It's right. I just picked up on something. It's right. I will have to discuss this with you after the podcast. It's just a nice little subject to bring up, which I've just thought about. But
Go on. So
speak up.
where can we find you besides on the local corner pushing your merchandise to all the unsuspecting children?
What? Calm down, Shaggy. Or Muttley, whatever you are. Right. You make that sound? I may have to sign into getting some mental health solved because the way he... Why?
Wasn't me.
You always keep making out I'm this big devious villain, And yet, if I'm not mistaken, what are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I will be with the sound guy, watching the wrestling with a pint.
And enjoying a good show.
Yes.
Fantastic. Anyway, hopefully, if anybody is actually interested
in purchasing said merchandise, you can go to Matt Burns.
No. Oh, for Jesus Lord. If anybody is actually interested in purchasing a ticket to the event of CCW, they can do so through a website.
Yeah, and if any of you interested in purchasing Matt
Wait,
Burns'
no, not yet. This is to CCW, which is htcevents.co.uk. That's it. That's all you need to go on there.
They have a network as well, which is easily accessible for
doors open at 6.
$9.99.
First bout at 6:30. Anyway,
you can always find the CCW network.
Moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Matt Burns. You can find me.
I am a Mercholic Anonymous. I have been coming here to preach for the last 12 months about my problems buying and selling merch.
You done?
Yeah.
It ain't done, is it? It's never done. Right. I'm the Funk Soul Brother, the bad boy of British wrestling as you've done before. I am Matt Burns. You can catch me on Matt Burns UK at Facebook. My email address is mattburns04@hotmail.com. You can also catch me on my Twitter, which is Matt
the Bad Boy
Burns. And you can also go to my website, which is www.matt-burns.co.uk. And you can always find me at The Burning Truth.
On that said website, is there plenty of memes on there?
Not at the moment, but there might be some potential for future. Who knows? We'll have to find out. Where can we find you?
You can find me here every week unless Matt Burns somehow kills me between today and tomorrow. If you want to join us on Xbox, you can find me on Xbox. I'm under Alexander Owens.
So we are doing the whole Xbox thing now.
I am an avid gamer in my spare time.
Which I already know that as well, because you're not the only one.
You can find me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook at Nathan Goff. You can find me on Twitter at The Burning Truth. Or Wrestling's Fourth Wall, as we go under as well. And you can find us on Outlook at theburningtruth@outlook.com. You can find Matt Burns on Xbox. His gamer tag is Matt Burns. Boring, I know.
What? I got lucky.
First and only time he's used that sentence.
Right. Anything else you'd like to add? Any other things you want to push? Are we sponsored by anybody? Are we sponsoring anybody?
You know who we sponsor. You know, I should not always have to push the sponsorship out every week. You know, why can't you or Mr. Kelsey push the sponsor out one week? You know, because we all three of us know that we sponsor the Plaza Doubles League, which is Stoke's first and only doubles league that's been running for the last 5 years. We're going up to our 5-year anniversary this year. I am the vice chairman of the league. So if you're interested in playing pool on Stoke, nice friendly league, if you drop us a message and we can arrange that for you.
I do recommend that.
Next week, Matt Burns will be doing the sponsorship because if he can't remember it, I am going to make sure he does remember it because it's cost quite a bit of money to sponsor the league.
We will. If necessary, do you want me and Cal to do it in a duo?
Well, you're going to start singing. Oh no.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, no.
Good lord.
It's reminding me of a terrible gimmick in the UK.
Oh, good lord. No.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Not happening.
You'd be a worse version of Clarkwood. Brilliant wrestlers, shit singers.
Anyway, I'd say that is it from us this week. However, if folks do keep an eye out on the Burning Truth page, I am actually expecting some funny memes.
What memes?
Memes to appear, or quotations, or any news tips and everything. So, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and
I'm saying goodbye forever. or until next week. I've been Nathan Goff. That has been the very agitated Maticus Bernicus. And and we will catch you next week, folks. See you later.